Things I've been told by men in power in hip-hop and TV. While in an interview for a job. So when are we gonna fuck? While in a very important man's office talking about working together. Have we ever fucked? No. Oh, right, because I would remember that, right? After posting a freestyle of mine in my rapper days, the owner of a blog watched his entire forum say things to me like, I want to gouge Amanda's eyes out and nut in her eye sockets. While at his bachelor party, a rapper texted me and said, I want to see your pussy. Show me with your fingers. I was interviewing a rapper, and in the middle of the interview, he said, I'll bet one day you will. And I said, I'll what? And he said, give me that pussy. I was doing a magazine shoot the night before I saw the editor at Club Lotus, New York throwback, and he said, if you show your ass, I'll give you the cover. And I was like, nah, I'm good. And he said, don't you want to blow up? Don't you want to be successful? I could do that if you show your ass. It was just a matter of the business and the situation and the setting, and it was a par for the course that if you were in this, then you're going to have to deal with this. And there simply weren't checks and balances in place to challenge and to say like, yo, that ain't okay, and here's what's going to happen because it's not okay. But Charlemagne recognized that he was raised in rape culture. What he's saying is, oh my gosh, I didn't realize that all these things that women have been saying are problematic were problematic, but I didn't realize it because it was taught to me as just a societal norm. And any men upset about this being realized are simply angry because they base their power on having dominion over women. I can say 100% that I am a woman who became very conditioned to the understanding that men were going to approach me in wildly inappropriate sexual ways, and it was my job to figure out how to diffuse it in a way that didn't stop my career. And I should never have had to have felt that way, and I hope that we can really work on changing the dynamics so that no more women continue to feel that way.
So y'all have descended into my mentions asking what are my thoughts on Russell Simmons. Well, remember when I said this?
While in a very important man's office talking about working together. Have we ever fucked? No. Oh, right, because I would remember that, right?
So that very important person's office I was in who said that to me, that was Russell Simmons. So that's my thoughts on that.
You know how hard it was for me to say that? And he didn't even assault me, and I didn't want to say that. That's how the game is fucked up. That's how the game is fucked up.
So here's your girl Amanda Diva Seales went on to say on Instagram, PSA or public service announcement. For anyone who says, why they'd wait so long? You wait because as a woman raised in a patriarchal, quote, bros before hoes, sexist, quote, but what were you wearing society, you understand power dynamics, and that even when there are witnesses to any level of sexual harassment / assault, it will always be you who is questioned for incurring the offense. You wait because you know your vision is bigger than their indiscretion and refuse to let it derail you from your goals. You wait because you don't even want to acknowledge the fuckery for longer than you have to when you know the odds are there will be no consequences. You'll be dismissed or worse, defiled yet again, and would rather get on with the positive things in your life. You wait because, especially when it's a black man of prestige, you are conditioned to not speak defamatory truths for fear it will undermine their contributions to the community. Lastly, you wait because you don't even want to believe it your damn self. No matter how seemingly benign or intrusive, no one wants to endure this, particularly in professional settings. Yet, so many of us have so many of these stories, and we come to operate like a clandestine anti-creep life's coalition of alerting others to, quote, watch out for so-and-so. Let that be no more. It is not okay. It is not the culture. It is not your fault. Expose them. Hashtag IG story gems. Here's the deal though. Not the dildo. The deal though. You know, Amanda acts like a part-time feminist, and that really bothers me. You know, she's acting as if I don't know, the way her words are coming across as if like black men have power in general, when very few of them have any real power. Now, let me explain something to you. She's acting as if things are so hard out there for females, and females can't speak up. Yet when females did speak up, men are getting fired back to back with little to no research into whether or not what the women are saying is true. You know, the only thing the women had to do was just basically accuse these men of doing anything. And y'all saw what happened to Bill Cosby's ass. Y'all saw that. I mean, you know, isn't he still going to court over that? You know, the only thing that a woman has to do is accuse a man of something. You want to talk about abuse? Let's talk about these women who are teachers, who are screwing the students left and right. These are women that were trusted with our children. You know what I mean? And people were making excuses for them. They're like, well, them boys like it. You know? But women have it so bad, though. Right, Amanda? But anyways, y'all, you know, Amanda's one of those people who was like I love them, but they still get on my nerves, too, at the same time. You know, like, she's freaking fine, first of all. And I'm not trying to sexually harass anybody or anything here. I ain't trying to get in no trouble, you know what I'm saying? But she's so dang pretty. You know, well, anybody who's been to my channel before knows that she's what I like, if y'all know what I mean. She has all that stuff that I like. She's very beautiful. I'll just put it like that. She's definitely my type. If I had a type, y'all already know. But anybody who subscribed to me knows exactly. Like me, yeah, she's for sure your type, bro. Anyways, man, shoot, Jesus, man, this woman is freaking beautiful. But it's like, you gotta understand something. Sometimes she goes too far with this whole feminist stuff. You know, women have it much easier than men in America. Stop trying to act like you live in Saudi Arabia or something. It's really not that hard for women. It's really messed up for men. There's very few men that have any sort of pseudo power. And I would have to say quasi power or pseudo power, because y'all saw what happened. As soon as women started accusing these men of anything, they were gone. They were stripped of their power. They're like, well, fired, fired, fired. You would think Donald Trump was just running around pointing at everybody. Fired, fired, fired. Just like that. And the only thing that had to happen was women accuse these men of something. And it was just that simple, y'all. But remember, it's a man's world, and the men, you know, it's a patriarchy, and the men have all this power and blah, blah, blah. Definitely not black men, that's for sure. But anyways, y'all, just remember, Russell Simmons hurried up and stepped down from his companies, if y'all didn't know that, real quick. He was accused. He was like, I lose. And he stepped down real quick because he didn't want it. He didn't want them problems. You know, he wasn't even going to try to fight it like that. She's leaving that part out of the story. Not to say that it's right to say what he allegedly said to her. If a man is telling the truth, then I have no reason to not believe her. I mean, usually in these situations, I would say, you know, for legal reasons, I'm not going to say blah, blah, blah. No, I'm gonna be 100% real with y'all. I think that I think what Amanda said was the truth. I don't think that she would make something like that up. I just never seen her. I just don't think that she's that type of person that she would just make up something like that. I think what she's saying is true. Personally, for legal reasons. Personally, I just think for legal reasons. But let's just say it is true. Let's assume that it is true, okay? Because for legal reasons, I'm not trying to mess with Uncle Rush. But let's say it is true, right? What she said. That's really effed up, y'all. You know, just because I'm against feminism and stuff like that, and I think it's a bunch of BS and I don't mess with that stuff, doesn't mean that I think it's cool to say that. Like me personally, I listen, I don't care how big or small your business is. That's disgusting for you to sit up there in a business meeting, in a business setting, and say something like that to somebody. I don't care how fine a woman is. And Amanda's freaking perfect. But that's not cool. Like, me personally, like, even if I thought this, I wouldn't think to say anything like that. But even if I thought to say something like that, I would say to myself, now, self, you are the CEO of blah, blah, blah. You're rich. You're famous. You probably shouldn't say something like that to her. I wouldn't say something like that to her privately, because that's just rude. Like, how do you say to somebody, hey, we ever fucked? Like, what? That's like, hood rat talk. Like, that's something that I would expect some dude in the street corner to say, not somebody who's a CEO of such and such and CEO of this, that, and third. But listen, man, I'm not trying to defame Uncle Rush, but I'm just going to tell y'all just flat out, after all that crap happened with his cards, the Rush cards, after all that putting your foot behind your head, talking about, I'm doing a lispy yoga, lispy kundalini, lispy half a kundalini yoga, and my name is Russell Simmons. Sound like Sylvester the Cat up there doing all that yoga and having all them problems with them goddamn Rush cards. Y'all should have known something was up. Anyways, I'm not blaming Uncle Rush for anything, because for legal reasons, I'm not trying to get hurt out here. You know, I'm not trying to have it with Uncle Rush. All I'm saying is that I believe Amanda. That's all I'm saying, personally. Just, you know, from what I've seen from this damn goddess. That's her name is Amanda Diva. All right, y'all. I gotta go, y'all, man. Y'all know I love me some Amanda. I think she's funny. She's a good rapper. She's just one of my favorite celebrities. You know, she's really beautiful, man. All right, y'all, man. Y'all know I got a big old crush on Amanda, y'all. You know, she get on my damn nerves. Let me know what y'all think about it all below. Whose side are you on? Uncle Rush, the alleged pervert, or Amanda? And why? I'm on Amanda's side because I believe her wholeheartedly. And y'all know, man, you know, I don't like for men to be falsely accused, but I just don't believe that he's being falsely accused. I 100% believe her. Anyways, y'all, let me know what y'all think about it all below. Be sure to subscribe to the Meat Magazine YouTube channels. Visit meatmagazine.blogspot.com for more. Follow me on Twitter at Meat Magazine, Meat Magazine 7 on Google+, Meat Magazine blog and Instagram. Hit the notification button. It's right next to the subscribe button. Looks like a bell. Once you click that button, you'll be sent alerts to be notified when new videos get posted. Whose side are you on? Amanda, yeah, everything. I know you're never going to see this video, but I just want to say this. I've been a huge fan of yours since forever, and you're just freaking wonderful. I got to go, y'all. I love me some Amanda. I got to go.
I feel like most people who've been put in compromised situations by bullies and abusers don't feel that they can expose the people, because you say, well, I don't want to put myself in more compromising situations, and I don't want to let this person also like take me off my trajectory with their shit and their shade, and so you just deal with it yourself. The only way that it's going to change is if there's a safe space. And the only way that that space can become safe is if, one, people are only using it to speak truths, and if, two, people are honoring the truths that people speak. You want to expose folks so that you can prevent other people from having to go through the same shitty experience with them that you went through. But, how? So you go to therapy and you work on turning the negatives that someone has caused you into positives. And you really try to empower you and others to no longer let detractors of truth push you into shadows of doubt.